So right off the bat tonight, Syria from every angle. The U.S., along with other nations, is on the verge of a military strike. It's a response to the Syrian government killing at least 1,000 of its own civilians with chemical weapons. We have full coverage on both the impact here at home as well as the potentially crippling effects across the globe to markets and the economy. Fox News' Leland Vittert. Zuhdi Jasser is founder and president of the American Islamic Forum for Democracy. Jonathan Hoenig is with us, a hedge fund manager and a Fox News contributor. We've got oil analyst Matt Badiali and the Wall Street Journal's James Freeman on emerging markets. That's quite a group. Let's get started on the ground in the Middle East with Leland Vittert. All right, of course, oil also at the forefront of everyone's mind right now. Oil production here at home, it's at almost a 24-year high, yet prices are skyrocketing, hitting their highest level in more than 2 years today as a result of what's going on in Syria. Are we insulated after all that fracking? I want to bring in Matt Badiali, oil analyst at Stansberry and Associates research firm. First of all, let me get your bet. How high do you think oil goes as a result of what's going on?
Hi, Melissa. No, I think we're pretty close to the top. I don't see this. I don't see this sending oil prices to $140 a barrel. I think it's going to come down before it goes up.
Come down from here, because there are folks that I was talking to today making a lot of phone calls saying that they think oil could go to 115, 117 if we see more than a one-day conflict. If it isn't just an in and out, that's where we would go. What do you think?
I think that would be as high as I could see it going right now. I mean, we saw something similar in the first Gulf War. It was the run-up. It was the anticipation of what was going to happen. And then once we got a feel for the scope of the conflict, oil prices came straight back down. The whole spike in oil prices lasted at most 8 months back then. And I think that really the story for oil prices has been Egypt. I mean, we've been watching Egypt. It's very significant to the price of oil. It's what's driving the fear premium. And so I don't see the Syria conflict is really just a little bit extra, and I don't see it as important as Egypt.
But there are a lot of people wondering, why is there a fear premium in oil at all? If we have production at this 22, 24-year high in October for the first time since 1995, we're going to be producing more oil than we're importing. Why aren't we totally insulated from what's going on?
Well, the oil market's global oil. It's a global market. That's part of it. But you're absolutely right. I mean, fundamentals don't support oil prices as high as they are today. And really what is critical about the Middle East is the Suez Canal. It's the Straits of Hormuz. It's the ability to get oil from the Middle East to demand in China. That's what's really important. So even though we're at half of net export or net imports in the U.S. from 2006, we've cut almost 7 million barrels a day from our imports. That's about half of what the European Union uses in a day. So you would think that we would be insulated.
I want to ask you real quick before you go, because I want to bring it home for our viewers at home. They care about gas prices. We are lucky in the fact that it's almost Labor Day, so we see demand taper off right away starting next week. That's going to help buffer whatever we might see. But do you see prices at the pump going higher as a result of this rally that we're seeing in crude oil? How much higher do you think they could go?
Well, I think that, we saw about $4 a gallon in 2012. I would say that if oil prices spike in the short term, we might see that again, but I don't think it's going to stick around. And like you said, we're tapering off the demand period, so I see gasoline prices following oil prices lower in the short term.
All right, Matt, thanks so much.
Thanks.
Meanwhile, emerging markets are all taking a hit for a second straight day. Asia, India, Turkey, and beyond. James Freeman. I want to thank my entire panel. Thanks to everyone for coming out. That was great. All right, next on Money.